Hello, and happy Lollapalooza to everyone. Welcome to the Grand Boulevard Coalition Drug-Free Community, which you see over my back there. And my name is William Penn. I'm the president of Grand Boulevard Coalition. And welcome to our fourth week of wonderful shows to go over what we're doing in our community to help stem the tide and to educate our youth about not utilizing drugs, alcohol, and now vaping. Hello everybody, hopefully you're having a very good week. Today is the kickoff of Lollapalooza, and so there have been a warning put out by one of our sector partners, Laurie Hospital, about underage drinking, and for us to be vigilant in trying to stem the tide of people partying too hard at Lollapalooza. So if anybody out there going to Lollapalooza or see people there, please keep an eye out on our friends out there and making sure that they're staying hydrated. And if they look like they have too much and they need help, please call 911, and there'll be people out there throughout the park keeping an eye and helping in case of an emergency. I would also like to let everybody know how you can reach us as always. And we will start by Twitter. You can always follow us on Twitter at GBCoalition_. There you have all the update information on what we're doing and where we will be. We now have a wonderful Facebook page, and you follow us at Grand Boulevard Prevention Service. And on there, we have our calendar of all our upcoming summer events that will be taking place. As last week, as I told everybody, I will be bringing flyers for upcoming events. And so let's get it rolling. Starting with Saturday. Save the date. Make sure you guys come out. Saturday, August 3rd, 2019. State Senator Maddie Hunter and State Representative Sonia Harper and Lamont Robinson will be hosting their 16th annual 3rd District Family Health and Fitness Fair. It will be from 10 to 2 p.m. and it will be on the campus of IIT right off of State Street there, starting at around 33rd and State. It is free. School physicals and exam, parents must accompany their student, which is a very great way to get your child physicals out the way. Examination. I don't think they do the sports one, but just the plain one. So please bring your shot records and bring whatever you have that you turned into the school the year before. They'll have their computers there, and so they'll know exactly what your child would need. We will have dental screening and exam, blood pressure testing, Medicare Advantage, and additional services will be professional haircuts for the young men, shredding trucks. So if you have some important documents and papers in your house and you're like, well, I really need to get this shredded, here's a chance for you to get it done. And not only that, you can get it done for free, and so on and so forth. So I look forward to seeing everybody out there. I will be there from 9 to 1. And if you out there, stop by the Grand Boulevard Coalition booth, because we will be having giveaways at our booth for people who are signing up on our survey. So that is a great thing. Our second event that's coming up, as promised, coming up real fast, will come on the 6th. So that Tuesday. So after you see me on Saturday, you're going to come out to Washington Park and see me on Tuesday, August 6th. And this is going to be from 2 to 7:30 p.m. It is the 2nd District Chicago Police Department. And not only Chicago, they're hosting the one in our community. It's a national program called National Night Out 2019. And we will be in Washington Park, the part of the park located behind Diet High School. That's at 5101 South St. Lawrence. We'll start there at about 2, go to 7:30. And the only thing I can say, the most important reason why you need to come out there, they're going to have funnel cake, and they're going to have a petting zoo for the kids. Everything else is second after funnel cake. So we want to make sure you guys come out there. We will be out there. Some of our partners will be out there doing paint circles. We will just be having a whole bunch of fun, and hopefully the weather stay warm and exciting for us to be there. So today, this week, one of the things I wanted to discuss and talk about was some of our partners that we work with. We're still looking for volunteers to come out and help in some of these events. And so we're still looking for people to help with our community engagement. If you're on the phone, you want to get more information, you can give me a call at 312-738-1060. And I will be more than happy to talk to you through it and see where we can fit you in, because it is definitely a fun time and I enjoy it. I'm in my third year, so I think it's the best thing I've ever done in helping to do my part of giving back. I also would like to let everybody know that our sector partner, Lori's Children's Hospital, I Got This campaign, has decided to come and partner with us at the Night Out, the Chicago National Night Out. So if you haven't seen Lori's Children's Hospital and some of the wonderful things they're doing with the I Got This campaign, this might be a good time for you to come and see them in the community. So we want to thank them for that, and we look forward to that. So hello everybody, how's everybody doing this week? Last week we were talking a lot about some of the workshops and stuff that I went through when I was down in Dallas for healthy living and keeping people on the positive and narrow track. And one of the points that I think stem with a lot of people is how can we work towards making parenting a little more systematic, a little more helpful, where people are helping, as they said, take a community to raise a child. How can we bring that community back to helping us raise our children so they have a bright future? We put that question out there and we have some response, but we want to hear from you. If anybody's out there today, we want to call in and chat with me. But if you don't, keep posting stuff on our Facebook and to our Twitter, because we definitely appreciate that. I also like to take this time out to just right quick and say hey to all my sector partners. Thank you for supporting the cause, and let's keep it going. Ms. Taylor from Youth Prevention, our youth peer leader. Maurice Covington, Vice President of Institute of Positive Living. Aviance Richards, our secretary, and now over at Haymarket Institute. Larry Satch, he's over the grant department of the 35th State Police Precinct. Ms. Hamilton, Executive Director of Center of New Horizons. Mark Wallace, Executive Director of Bronzeville Newsletter. My good friend John Cook, President of the Bronzeville Community Clubhouse. Ms. Haynes at Greater Harvest Church. Isaiah Walton, Recovery 2000. My best friend and my person on the other side of the screen, Lakita Johnson, who's in charge of Parent Volunteers and continue to be groomed to be the next president of the Grand Boulevard Coalition. She's back there clapping her hands in excitement. Edward Boone, who we're going to have right here one day soon to talk to us about what's going on at Lori's Hospital. And, of course, our wonderful Alderman, Ms. Dow. Thank you so much for you guys supporting what we're doing, and we're hoping that we can support some of the stuff that you guys are doing. Well, we're about a month and a half away from our children going back to school. The summer is going real fast, and so it seems that today crime numbers are out and crime is down. The safe passage of our kids going to summer school and stuff is just about over, and it seems like the police has stepped up and really doing a good job in keeping our streets safe for our children. We found that the good news is we've talked to the Liquor Commission, and they're sending somebody out to come and sit right next to me to talk about how we can continue to make sure our youth are not becoming straw buyers or finding people to buy alcohol for them, and how we can nip that in the bud, or people who are close to the age, they might look like they're older than 21, but they're not. Being tested, going in the stores, and making sure they're not able to buy alcohol without proper ID. So we have a lot of good things coming up, and a lot of good things are going on. But we just want to make sure that everybody's staying safe, staying clean, drinking water, and getting ready for the new school year that's fast approaching. And that's one of the good things about coming out to the Maddie Hunter fair on Saturday, because you can start getting stuff ready. You could first off get the physicals out the way, and then when on Tuesday you come to that event, they'll have a mobile unit for shots. So once they see your records from CPS and see if your child is missing a shot, they'll be able to administer so many shots to some of the people who are there. Obviously, it's first come, first serve. But I've got a chance to do that 1 year, and I think I saved close to $400 in what I would have to pay out of my pocket for shots for my kids before they got ready for school. So it's definitely a good thing to be able to have. And we want to talk about what's going on in the community, as the Bronzeville community, the Great Grand Crossing, and the Grand Boulevard community gentrification has beginning to come into the community, and we really need to. It would be great if we could get our lovely mayor, Ms. Lightfoot here, or her honor, Ms. Lightfoot here, to come and talk to us about affordable housing and what do affordable housing mean. I had a great conversation with a young man who's protesting about the potential sale of a rooming house, I guess is what they call it, on Chicago Avenue, one of the last ones they have in the downtown area. There, I think off of Chicago and Clark Street to be exact, where the old YMCA used to be the YMCA. And we were talking about affordable housing, and we came up with the conclusion there should be another category or a subcategory under affordable housing, because there could be affordable housing in some areas. Affordable housing for people that make six figures, $100,000, is not the same as affordable housing for somebody who's unemployed or who doesn't work at all or who's on a fixed income. And when we have this conversation with our aldermen and with people, a lot of times when they talk about affordable housing, they're talking about affordable housing with people with jobs and people maybe making $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 versus what do affordable housing look like for somebody who maybe make the minimum amount of money that's required to be able to have housing, where you might not even have enough for $500 for rent is like too much. So that was a great conversation, and love to put that out there and see what people think, what their opinion of affordable housing and what we need to do, and talk to our aldermen and talk to our mayor about what is affordable housing, what is the definition, what are some of the price ranges for that. Do people as making $0 can qualify for affordable housing just as much as these days as people making $100,000, just because of the nature of how expensive some of our neighborhoods are become. And the median price for a home, I think, is $250 now. So for you to become a homeowner for $250,000 house, what do that look like in Inglewood? What do that look like in Bronzeville? What do that look like in Lincoln Park? Or, as people are now laughing at me, there might not be no $250,000 homes in Lincoln Park. But the point is, where do affordable housing net out across the city? And it's now, as gentrification, as they say, is now hit South Loop, now it's hitting Bronzeville as they continue to march their way towards 55th and Hyde Park, and of course what we know was going on over there where the Obama Center is going to be placed, and how housing in that community is going to change, or if housing in that community is going to change. We hope it does change for the better, but we want to keep the fabric of the community intact and add the benefits of having nicer homes and nicer place. But that's getting off the subject. We're a drug-free community, and I guess I could tie it all in by saying when you have that type of level of home ownership and people doing and caring about their community, the your neighbors will start caring about their properties, and the children will see that it's possible, and then it goes back to education, getting your degree, or becoming a STEM person, or whatever you want to do from high school. Since we don't really want to push college on everybody, but we want people to do that. But by doing all that, coming back home and having a great community to grow up in will keep people from possibly utilizing drugs, utilizing alcohol and cigarettes just because they think they have problems and they want a crush or something to fall back on. And so when we look at drug-free community, we can look at that even from two ways. One who's just like this week, Lollapalooza is out there, and people are talking about how the kids are coming in and they're coming and they're drinking and they're vaping and they're doing everything, and how that's one way of looking at a drug-free community and how that's wrong, and how we could stem and educate our youth from not doing that. But then on the other side, the pain and anguish of living in poverty and seeing how our parents and grandparents had to struggle just to make ends meet, and how that take a toll on them, and then that kind of wears on your mind. So it might take a toll on you that you want to find relief through drugs or alcohol and so on and so forth. So everything is intertwined no matter what you do or what you look at. But we try to come up with the positive spin to make sure that some of the things that we're doing will address those issues and always come up with a conclusion that we just want to make sure people are healthy and happy and that they're doing what they need to do. Let me come with hopefully this will show up on the overhead. Alrighty, so we're doing a wonderful thing we're trying to put together. So a group that's called 481 Girl was trying to put together a mother and daughter paint circle dealing with preventing underage drinking in our community. And so they'll be out this summer at a couple of events in Washington Park, asking moms and their daughters, or grandmoms and their kids, what does underage drinking mean to you? Join 41 Girl and paint a picture of what alcohol-free looks like in your home. So that's something that we definitely want to bring up next week when I come back on here. I'll have the dates for those particular events. But if you out in Washington Park for the nights out, they will be there with a couple of canvases for people who want to maybe get a jump on it and do some painting. And that's National Night Out this upcoming Tuesday from 2 to 7 in Washington Park, and it's the park behind Diet High School, which again is at 5101 South St. Lawrence. And we also want to make sure that you remember to save the date for this Saturday, August 3rd, for the State Senator Maddie Hunter with State Representative Sonia Harper and Lamont Robinson, their 16th annual 3rd District Family Health and Fitness Fair. So for 16 years they've been doing this, helping and giving back to the community, and it's a wonderful thing. I've gone to it for the last 5 years, and it was very educational and very entertaining, and you get a chance to see your neighbors that you probably haven't seen for a while. And so we definitely hope that people come out, and please stop by the Grand Boulevard Coalition table, because at our table we're going to be doing a couple of surveys on seeing what you guys need to help make the community better and help keep our youth clean and on a narrow path. And you have the opportunity to win some wonderful gifts just by filling out the survey. So we would definitely be there from 10 to 2, or at least definitely from 10 to 1, for you to come out and deal with that. Also, we want to make sure everybody understands that we post everything on our website, on our Facebook page, and we want to make sure that everybody know that so they can find out the information. If I give out too much and they don't know, can't remember what I was out here talking about today. So one last point as we come into the end of this half-hour show we want to talk about, at least bring up, what do you guys think about healthy living? Do the Grand Boulevard area now with Mariano's, the remodel of the Jewels, and I guess a couple, at least one more grocery store coming online in the next couple of years, we're no longer a food desert, but do we have good quality food that is keeping us, maintaining us being healthy? And the amount of fast food restaurants in the community has begun to decline, but the newer restaurants that are coming in there, like Two Fish and so on and so forth, is bringing a better quality and a better sit-down atmosphere for food to help the community become even healthier. What do you guys think about the food in the community? I think it's been getting better. I mean, like I said, I live in the community, I shop in the community, and I eat in the community. And I've been ecstatic about all the new offerings that we have for a sit-down. We probably need another good sit-down dining experience either on the 35th corridor or the 41st Street corridor. But we definitely need another big sit-down type of restaurant to give us another option. We also have the, what can I say, working out. Even now with the new park off of 39th Street, I think that's off of 39th and Cottage Grove. I drove by there the other day, and it was packed. People were out there walking, getting their exercise on, and it just was a wonderful sight to see, because one thing that we don't never really see is opportunity to have a place to go for free and exercise. And one of the themes that I talked about last week was we have all these wonderful programs, we have all this money pouring into the community to help, if not help solve, help problems, help people to have a better life. And the question I always throw out there, and I'll throw it out there again to you guys, are we taking advantage of all the opportunities that are out there that are coming to us in our community to help us live a better life, or as the kids say, living my best life? Do you think you're taking the best advantage of all the situation? What is still missing in the community that we need to talk about to help make Grand Boulevard even better? Make Grand Boulevard the Lincoln Park of the South Side. I mean, that's something to think about. But we definitely want to make sure that we're always taking advantage of all the great opportunities, all the different events, nights out in the park, taste of Bronzeville, so on and so forth, that we're out there supporting all the establishments that we have in the community. What we're missing, what do we need more of? And then let's talk to our aldermen and our elected officials to make sure that we can have some of those wonderful things to go on in the future. As we get down to the last couple of minutes, that was really my reflection. So I don't think I need to go over none of the flyers again. I want to thank all of my partners out there who support me being able to come here and talk weekly about the issues of the issues of the time. And I wanted to make sure that in this last couple of minutes that I hope that people will come out. I know last year people did come out and say hi to me and got some wonderful free backpacks for the kids to go back to school, got a nice lunch, got some screenings done, and a free haircut. And you can't turn down free when there's no catch. So hopefully, again, this Saturday on the campus of IIT, 33rd and State Street, I hope to see you at the 3rd District Family Health and Fitness Fair, the 16th annual one. And don't forget, we're going to be doing some painting in the park on Tuesday behind Diet off of St. Lawrence. And we want to make sure that everybody is out there. And we see you then. And this is another week. We're in the books. I see everybody next week. Stay safe and drink water. Thank you.